Hello guys, and welcome to another video from Vintage Radar. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the watch battery on your Casio G Shock. So this tutorial will work for all Casio G Shocks. You will have maybe different battery types inside, but I will make a list of all the possible battery types that you have depending on the model, and I will link them in the description below so that you can find out the exact battery type for your model. I will also write a blog post about that so you can find all this information. Now, if you're new to the channel and enjoy this kind of videos, make sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also check out our website vintageradar.com because we have thousands of vintage watches for sale. Link in the description below. So guys, in order to replace the watch battery on your Casio G Shock, you can use a screwdriver and a pair of tweezers, or what I suggest in case you like to work on your watches is to actually go on Amazon and order this basic watchmaker toolkit that has most of the watch tools that you will need in order to work on your watches. Link in the description below. So this way you can replace watch batteries on other watch types as well. So guys, we will have to begin with unscrewing these 4 screws. You can use a flat screwdriver or the one that has a cross. So depending on which one is the best one that you have. So I'm going to take care of this first. You need to take your time because if this is the first time that you do this battery replacement, the watch screws, so the screws on the back of the watch might be a little bit rigid, so stuck, because a little bit of dirt, moisture, dust goes between them, and that way they will be very hard to move in the beginning. After you have unscrewed the 4 screws, make sure to put them aside so that you do not lose them. I'm going to put them right here. Now, what I suggest is that you place your watch in a certain position, and this way you will remember how the back of the watch and also the plastic cover goes above. So I'm going to keep my watch this way, and firstly I can use the pair of tweezers in order to remove the watch back, and as you can see I'm going to place it here in the same position that it would go on. Now you have this O-ring, so this gasket that should always be put back in its initial position. You can also grease it in order to have that water protection that Casio, so those G-Shocks, provide you. As you can see here, we have a plastic cover. This is very important because it will hold the movement in place, and also if you do not put this back properly, some of the buttons, so some of the functions of the watch might not work properly. So that is why I suggest that you place the watch in a certain position, and when you remove the back and the plastic, you place them in the same position that they would go back in. This way you will not spend a lot of time trying to figure out how this plastic cover goes back in. So now I'm going to remove it. Make sure to always take your time. So I'm going to take the plastic cover and place it above the case in the same position that it would go inside. Now, a very important thing is to never remove this information sticker that you have above the battery, because a lot of people on YouTube remove these. This is something that tells you that you need to connect the AC with minus after you have replaced the watch battery. So that is a very useful information that you will need. After you replace the watch battery, you will connect these 2 points, and that way you will reset everything so that the watch works fine and you do not get any errors after replacing the watch battery. I have positioned the watch in the same position once again. And now what you want to do is to actually open the battery cage. So this battery cage has a point right here where you can actually use the pair of tweezers in order to open it. That way, you do not need to remove the sticker or take the movement out in order to take out the battery. So let's do that now. Once again, make sure to take your time. And as you can see, the cage is now opened, and now I can remove the watch battery. So I have just replaced this particular battery, so I will not use the metallic pair of tweezers in order to touch the battery, because that way it can drain out the energy inside. You can use plastic pair of tweezers, or maybe you can use some duct tape on a part of your tweezers, and that way when you touch the battery, nothing will happen to it. Now I'm going to remove the watch battery. As you can see, the movement also moved a little. That means that I will need to push the movement back in its place. And now, as you can see here on the battery, you can see a number, CR1220. So this is the exact battery type that this particular Casio model needs. Once again, as I mentioned, I will leave a list of watch batteries that these Casio watches use, and you can also look online for the watch battery type before you open your exact model or after you open it, because on the back of your watch you will have the exact watch model that you have, and you can easily research the battery type online. Then you can go online and order different types of battery from different brands, and as you can see, CR1220. And that way you can get a new battery and you can replace the watch battery with a new one. Now let's consider that this is the new watch battery. As I mentioned, I replaced it a few days ago. Now I'm going to gently place the watch battery back. Once again, take your time. And then you can simply press the watch cage until you will hear a small click, and that way you will know that the watch cage is actually holding the battery. I will try to do this right here. Okay, so I managed to do that. Now, this is where we are going to reset the watch. So as you can see right here on the back, after battery replacement, you need to contact AC with minus using a pair of tweezers. And as you can see right here, we have an arrow that points right here. And then we have this metallic part where we have the minus sign. So what I'm going to do is to take the two tips of the tweezers and place them right where I am instructed to do so. So you can move it right here where you have the minus, this circle, hold it for a few seconds, and then your Casio watch should be reset. So guys, now that we have replaced the watch battery, we have reset the watch movement, make sure to perfectly align the movement inside, as you can see, so that it is perfectly aligned with the initial position. And this way, when we are going to put in the plastic cover, it will go inside very easily. So I'm going to do that right now. So as you can see guys, it went in very easily, and that is because I have positioned my plastic and my back, so the back of the watch, from the beginning right here on the right side, just as I took them off, and that way I remembered how to easily place it back in. Once again, make sure to align the gasket, so the O-ring, very precisely as well. That will offer you the water protection for your G-Shock. And now that I have finished all these steps, I can actually put the back of the watch back in its initial position. And that was it guys. As you can see, we have the back in its initial position. And now we need to set the time, the date on our G-Shock. And I'm going to show you that in a video as well, link in the description below. If you enjoy this kind of videos, make sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and see you on the next video.